What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to ManeCity. This is DJ Oracle coming at you a day after Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I had a pretty nice time with the family, and then so I've been leaving the game on. I mean, not on, but I mean, I haven't really been active in playing lately. In the last few days, so I went ahead and left some combos here. Plus, I needed to prestige up these fillers, these requirements. You know, the cool cats, the comments that I use to meet requirements, the requirement meters. So I was at 35. This is the last one I have. They're all 36, so this is the last one I have at 35. Good old quality diner, quality 6. So again, these are my fillers, and I'm not really keeping them on my land. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the 100 for these. All right, we're gonna leave them at 350. All of my prestige requirements, I leave them at 350. And you can say all this, 350. All right, and when I first prestige them, I try to leave them at 352. This one's already at about 78, 380. But yeah, I kind of try to leave them at 350. Let me know if you have a different strategy. Okay, so I'm gonna be dropping down now since I'm gonna be more active today, especially today. I'm gonna be active, so we're gonna go ahead and remove all this business that I was using for the combos, right? Just for the diamond combos, and we're at 39.20. I think it put me at a little bit over 40 with the diamond combos. I removed the ones in the other areas. I had 2 towers here for this business. I was using some Panteras and the Cineplex on this land with the bazaar, which is the main business that I use. I had some Leo and Co's. I'm sorry, no, I had some dens around the arcade for that combo. And I do have, I think it's like 3 dens that I use for requirements as well. So good old 5 quality den right there. So I had those right here. But again, like I'm gonna be dropping down, so I'm gonna remove them. So I'm gonna remove these fillers. Eventually, I'll need to use these 289s and bring them up so that I can also meet requirements as needed, Alright. So let's go to our next land. I have my nut house here at 36 already, so we're gonna go ahead and remove these museos that I was using for the business combo. It is also time for the daily roars. Whoops, I removed here. My main one was the museo. I removed it. No, you're not a filler, buddy. You're the main guy in this land. So that's why it's the only one that is boosted, right? And then we have the Ishin Zen Garden Dojo at 36, and then had this 36, one of the fillers, one of the prestige requirement fillers. And then this one, I kind of use this one also as a filler. So I just leave this one as my main business here. Maybe I should kind of leave them both because the Leo and Code does produce a good amount of gold or income, titanium at this point, right? Is it titanium? Yeah, 446. So anyways, for now, let's leave it. And well, we're gonna have to remove it anyways because we're gonna be dropping down. All right, so right now we are in the leaderboard at 75. Income, it's at 845. Well, it hasn't updated. It's at 828 there, but it should be updated. But we're still gonna be in the same 75 range. All right, shout out to Crollo, NFT Labs, Moro, and shout out to I Love NFTs, Oscar, and B Money, the neighbors around me. All right, so let's go ahead and start by removing the tools, and we're gonna equip our armor. And we're gonna put these defenses so that they can give us a bonus, right? Because as long as we're not being attacked, then we'll get the bonus. So this is our first bonus that we're gonna get. Let's see, we go from 816H2. Let's double check. Max is 141%, so we know that they're equipped. Oh man, I purchased it. I already had some. Alright, so let's activate it now. And it takes us to 840. This is the one that I meant to purchase. Gigabyte Guardian is gonna put us from 842, from 840 up to 896. I don't have one of these. I know I'm not gonna buy it. If I get one for free, I'll use it. And this one is gonna take us from 896 to 923. Alright, so that's our first booster for the days. On top of these boosters that we already have, right? I put on the 2 spots on the uncommons, I put the 6 hour, the gold rush. I think for this one I put the 24 hour Sakura boom. Let's see the bonus. It is boosters 150. Yes. All right. So yes. So I guess with we had an upgrade with the elements, and we also have a new user interface, a new UI here. It shows, you know, the lifestyle combos here. It's a little nice. I like it. I like it. It's easier to the eye. I know I saw a feedback from Curious NFTs on the Discord, and I totally agree with that. And he says that it would be a good idea to, you know how right now when we go to level up, it says we're currently at 351, which is the white number, and the potential of increase it goes to 352 because one level up, right? Here it would be to 10. Here it will go to 100. That's the level. That's the green number, right? So, but when it's just like that, it would be nice to have 351 slash 550, which is the max on the level, right? So that we can kind of know how far we are away from finishing the level up and ready for the next prestige. So if you guys are on the Discord, go ahead and like that feedback. I think it's a very good feedback. Shout out to Curious for pointing that out. So I totally agree with that. Another thing that came with the update, it's the essences. So now it's gonna be that's the name of the blitz, the essence. So I mean the elemental blitz, because it uses we're gonna be using elemental businesses. All right. So these are the ones that I've gotten so far. Looks like I'm about to complete the Aurora essence, Sapphire. So I escaped from the full view so that we can go into the playbook where it talks about the elemental businesses. All right, this is the elemental businesses. There's 10 levels to the elemental. It says the cost to imbue and upgrade elemental levels increases progressively. The percentage of bonus column indicates how much of the region's potential affinity bonus is actually active at the level. So we need 5 to even get started. 5 with the essence. To get started, we're gonna need 5 for a specific region plus 50 million diamonds. And then, if you want to go to level 2, we're gonna need 25, then 50, so on and so forth. It gets very expensive. I mean, for 5, right? You need 150. And you unlock 40% of that bonus. And so it's an elemental because it's kind of like a mix and match, right? If you have here we have the element and then the region. So if you have the element, like right now we have the Aurora essence. We're almost about to complete the Aurora. So it's going to be here. When we go to the Aurora Wilds, right? When we match the essence or the element with the region, that's when we get the super affinity. So we get the maximum potential, right? But once I convert it, I can only get a little bit of bonus here on Crimson Riches. If I put it in Sapphire, it looks like there's neutral. There's nothing. It's as if we didn't have any elements, right? When we put it on Sapphire Sanctum. Now, if for some reason we try to move it to Molten Forge, then we get a negative, right? Super rejection, negative bonus. We get penalized, kind of, sort of way to use the word. If we put it on block Nexius, it'll be just a rejection, not a super rejection, just a rejection, so it's less of a negative effect on it. Then we have affinity for Lucent and Stygian, a rejection. Those are gonna have these 2 regions are the only ones with hyper affinity and super rejection. Super rejection, we also have them here. Super rejections. So we're gonna have hyper affinity as the only 2 that have hyper affinity. All right. So if we get to the Lucent and Stygian, so they don't have any. If we use those elements, the Lucent and the Stygian, we're gonna be able to only get advantage of matching it with that specific business. So we're gonna get the most benefit for that business, but we're also gonna be limited on moving it around. Let's say you send an attack, right, and the attack doesn't affect the region that you have it on, and it doesn't affect the let's say you have it on Lucent, and the attack it's not there, and it's in a different region. You would move it to get the percentage of the attack, but then you lose the hyper affinity. So depending on how much of an attack of a percentage you get, the benefit of the percentage, then you can calculate to see if it's better to just leave it, even though you didn't get the bonus, because the bonus that you would get by moving it to a different region will be less, or if you could just might as well ditch the hyper affinity bonus that you have by having your business with this element in this region, but move it to where your attack landed, and therefore you get more percentage. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I hope I didn't kind of like did it too complicated. All right. So yes, this is. Sorry. I don't know what I clicked on, super rejections and stuff like that. So they give, if you go ahead and look at the book, always refer to your playbook, and you can find that here in the settings, and this guy right here will take you to we have the Discord logo, and next to it the playbook. So you click on there, and it'll take you here to the playbook. All right, because then you can calculate. There's calculation. Shout out to the math whiz, all my math people. If you love math, if you're good at math, go ahead and hit the like. I know I wouldn't hit the like because I'm not the greatest at math. I'm gonna have, I'm more of a trial and error learner, visual learner, hands-on learner. So yeah, shout outs to the real math math whiz people that can that can really dig into them here. So go ahead and go through this. They have some examples and stuff like that. All right. So that's that as far as the mechanics, kind of like the overall of the elements. So like we said, um, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and drop down. Oh, you know what? I gotta make sure that after I put my armor, I was supposed to put it on my tools, but right now we're gonna send an attack, so we're just gonna equip our weapons. And I'm gonna show you guys how I do what I believe, at least to me, you know, in my eyes, is an ethical. This is the ethical way of doing your drop down, right? So you have your businesses that produce pretty much your main income, right? So we're gonna go ahead and remove them. Remove you. Remove you. Remove. Bye-bye. See you later, alligator. And goodbye to the financial bankings, the institutions. Not in ManeCity. ManeCity banks are cool, right? We're Web3. All right, so now we just wait for the leaderboard to update. It updates every so often. It's pretty much alive. It does take a few seconds for it to update. So in the meantime, while it updates, let's go to the abilities. We need to load up on anything. Looks like we're good here. Again, like I said, I was trying to at least do my dailies, so I was able to stack up some of the rewards that we get from the boosters and the free attack and the free defense. All right, let's do a spin and see if we get an essence. And we have some. Ah, that was dumb. I forgot that I removed my income. And look, oh, that was two of them. Well, that was very dumb of me. So again, guys, I always show you what not to do, right? So while you wait for the leaderboard to update, definitely don't hit the daily roar. All right, so let's go. Wow, what are the chances, right? Never fails that when you want something, you don't quite get it. Anyways, so we have a few targets. We have what, 5 targets here, so that we can go ahead and attack. So from 0 to 27, that lets me know, double check that I do have my weapons equipped, and let's get some diamonds. %, really bad. Nah, didn't cover the cost. Again, good thing that I got them for free. 170. Then we'll send Savannah, since we're able to have obstacles in our lands. So we'll just go ahead and get a little extra bonus, and then the Kingpin, since we have it there. And come on, 84. So notice how it says that they got 0 slashed. That's because they're not active, right? And I got 0 benefit because, as we just saw in the daily roar, it records it as a 0, right? Because I have no income, because it goes about percentages. So now let's go ahead and first things first, always equip the tools again. Always, always, always. And landed for attacks. Alright, so now let's go to the business. We're here by division. Let's get the bank in here first. for 819% bonus. Alright. And that's because I have a 300 I'm sorry, I have a lightning booster, which is what, 450. So yeah, 846 boosters, 450, yeah, with the lightning. And then let's put our arcade here. And this is 760. Let's see what kind of bonus do we have on the next one. 760. 786. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna put it here real quick just to see something. See how much it would give me here. $660, so I think I probably put the wrong booster on this one, didn't I? Oh, booster 450. So it's getting the bonus from, because this was making more. Okay, so we're gonna put our all those sports here. 628. And this one's, it's a 300 booster. It's the gold booster. 300% booster bonus. So it's 628. Let's see. 636. Let's get the arcade here. 699. There you go. It's a little better. Okay. Let me see what it would give here if I put it here. And if we remove the bank. It is at 819. So we're gonna leave it here. 819. Alright, so what do we have here? We can also fit 699. We're gonna put our bazaar here. 699. 808. There you go. And then the museum. 448. So it looks like this one got the least amount of bonuses from the attack. Yeah, no attack bonus here on this one whatsoever. Okay. And so that's how we drop down ethically. And now let's go to the daily roar and really get some good income. Let's go into the leaderboard. Actually resets to our current income, which is 1.17 and there it is. We're at 75. All right. But then again, look, there's only, look, I'm a whole letter away from NFT labs. 1.08J in my eye, so that's all right. All right, so let's see if we get some essence here. No, I should probably upgrade my businesses too in case I get more. There it is. Crimson. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is let's go to this guy. So I'm gonna go around and put everybody at 400. All right, so I'll be back when I put everybody at 400. And actually, I'll be back when we can send another attack. I'll be back in 14 minutes. All right. All right, guys. So we are back, able to send some more attacks. So we're gonna go ahead and, we're gonna remove the businesses first, and then while the leaderboard updates, then we'll go ahead and switch the equipment of tools for weapons. Alright, so we're gonna remove everything. Let it go to 0. There it is. And now, while the leaderboard updates, we are going to go to tools, on equip, weapons, and equip. Let's clear the messages that everything is back online. Are we updated? Not yet. We are about 1.26. Alright, let's do this. So we should be dropping down to the same range. So we have Lion here feeling the heat. And now we're gonna go for 2-WAP. And come on, let's get close to 27, baby. 27. Let's get close to 27. Ah, come on, I said 27. You didn't hear the 20? You only heard the 7? Wow, talk about selective hearing. Wow. We're gonna send the Savannah 142, baby. 142. Let's get it. 117. Quickly move to the malware. 139. That was a pretty weak. Wow, I was almost at the floor. Almost at the bottom range. That's pretty bad. Okay, 132. Let's go 132. Let's go 132. 77. 71. Well, that was kind of disappointing. We got an achievement for Warlord. We got our attacks. First things first. Let's get our extra bonuses back in place by equipping our tools. Alright, now let's get a bank with 816. Wow, I think maybe this one wasn't affected. Let's get the motors, 1043. We're gonna go ahead and Smart Arcade. $857. It looks like again this wasn't a good region for the attack. Let's see. 981, a little better. Let's see if it'll be 981. 487. What was that? Was that on Sapphire or Molten, I think? Mm-hmm. 953. Was the other one 985, I think? Well, Lucent is in the nines. And 793. So it's between Lucent and what's this one? $857. No, I think it was Molten. The nines. $981. Yep. All right, close to the 981. What did we have here? We're gonna remove this, and we're gonna put the LL, which is one of my lowest earners, probably from my set. 687, and then we're gonna put that bank here on the Lucent, where it has a good bonus. $953. All right, and then let's just put everything else down. 643. 643. 1199. 697, and let's make it 13, so it's got a bigger income, so I'm happy with that. And last but not least, our museo. 16 at 707. All right, I think that's a good combination. I'm happy with that setup. Now we can go ahead and look at our achievements, and it is for the aerial bombardment warlord. For every 100 aerial bombardment attacks used, you'll earn 4 points. Okay, thank you. So now let's see what else we get from our daily roar. And a violet, pretty useless for me for now. And sometimes I use them like when I have some gold. Okay, let's see if we can get an essence on the next one. Sometimes I still like to use them. There it is, sapphire, nice. I think we have 5 now. So are we on sapphire? Yeah, look at that. Maybe we got it because we were here. Alright, so we have our bonuses right here. Quality, I believe that when we put the essence, it'll be here in between prestige and quality, somewhere in this range. I think I've seen the pictures where they come out. The pictures on Discord after they completed them. Alright, so let's go to the inventory. Well, let's go to the workshop, because let's go ahead and, since this is the business that's here, it's gonna be meant to be for this Museo de Leon to be the first one to achieve elemental status. So let's remove them. Let's go to the workshop, imbuing. Let's look for the museum. Click on that, and I think, was it the sapphire? We have 3. Wow, we don't have. Oh, we have 5. No, we have 1, 4 auroras, 3. So it looks like the essence, element essence, it's noticeable by the color around the business. See, right now it's at blue, at sapphire. Molten is gonna go red, ready orangey. We have 2 of those. Nexus, it gets purple and blue. We have 2 of these. And then here it'll tell us the super affinity is 4, of course, the block Nexus. The affinity for molten, you get a little bit less bonus, but you still get, you know, a quarter of a percentage. You get half a percentage with super affinity. You also get a booster duration, which, you know, always good. 1.25% of the booster duration, and a half a percentage of the attack debuff reduction. Alright, so it also tells you the rejection. If we put them on Crimson Riches, will actually be affecting our income with that rejection. And if we put it on the Sapphire Sanctum, it'll be a super rejection if we equip it. If we equipped it or imbue it, if you imbue it with this essence for the Nexus. Now the Lucent, we only have 1. It's probably more rare, right? It's only for that one region. For the Lucent, it's more of a percentage. And then it has a little gold frame around the business. Stygian. This one, it's like red and blue, right? And it's again also for that we get the most benefit or hyper affinity when it's in that region. So it looks like we still need more. I think was the Sapphire, the one that we're getting close to at 3. I think so. So let's see if we can get some more. Another Aurora. So we can use it in the Aurora Wilds. Alright, let's see if we can get another one. So for now, let's put this guy back. Aurora Wilds. And let's see if we're gonna get one. Come on, Aurora. No. And so people were asking, there it is, Aurora Essence, baby. Thank you very much. Now we can go ahead and proceed. What do we have in Aurora? Ooh, the Monk House. Should we make this one the one? We're gonna have to, buddy. That's just how Destiny planned it right now for us. And again, I'm just kind of like playing around right now. Just so that, you know, just so that we can kind of experience, like I was saying, learn by, you know, we're learning as we go. But again, you can always definitely always refer to the playbook. That's a must. Alright, so this is where we at right now. And I was taking a picture so I can see the before and after. We're at 1043.72 on the bonus. We're gonna remove to inventory, go to the workshop, imbuing, to Google that what that means. Okay, and here we go with the main motors. And there it is, 5 baby, 50 million diamonds, and it'll go from, you should see it here, a regular, you know, black and purple I guess around the business, to that greenish. Alright, so let me make sure that I am on the right one and I'm for messing around. right here. Imbue your business with an element to unlock new powers. Imbuing sets the business to element at level 1. Grants elemental bonuses that improve income. Unlock original affinities with extra effects. You can level up the element using more essences. And then we saw the chart, remember? Once imbued, a business permanently keeps its element and cannot be changed. So this is gonna be the main region for this business. Alright? Again, we're doing it for the sake of the video, and I don't know yet. Well, actually, let me put it like this in the words of a wise man. Somebody asked right on the Discord if it was worth doing it, and yeah, Curious was pretty much saying, you know what, if you're in the competition, and if you're in competition mode and you're pretty much neck to neck with the person next to you, and if that 1% makes a difference, then 1% will make the difference on the bonus. You know, if you have everything else, all the bonus already exhausted, if you have the lightning booster, and if you have the treehouse, and if you have the skin already applied to it, and if there's nothing else that can boost your income by nothing else, you know, it'll be good enough to put you ahead of the person that wouldn't have it. All right, so that's a good way of putting it. So we're gonna go ahead and view it. Congratulations, you've received a Mane Motors Aurora Business Level 1. Okay, thank you. All right, let's place it down. All right, so let's go to the business, Mane Motors. Okay, so if we go to the business, then we can see now how it has that little green frame, if you will, a little green frame around it. And that's how we're gonna be able to know what business it's imbued with, which essence. Am I using these words correctly? Look at me. I think I am. All right. So, yeah, I was hoping for more of a change, right? I wish that the actual graphic of the business would look a little greenish, you know. And now here it is, element. Oh, it's between the prestige and the rarity. So now we have element, and then yeah, 0.5% of gold, 1.25 of booster duration, and 0.5% of an attack default reduction. So there it is, elemental cash bonus at the very bottom, a 0.5 business. I mean the cash bonus, right? 0.5%. So that took us from 1,043.72% to 1,044.22%. So this is when, you know, is it worth it? Well, I am making more cash now. You know, it's just a 0.5%. I'm gonna make a lot more bonus by dropping down, you know. So yeah, maybe the next set of 5 I get, I might sell it in the market. Let's look at the market, because we can also trade them. They put, right, you could always trade them in the market. So what are they going for right now? 2 for the molten. It was put maybe what, 15 minutes ago, or maybe the last bid. Yeah, so it was put 20 minutes ago. So, you know, like everything, when it's hot, yesterday they were going for a pretty penny of vouchers. See, these are at 10. People will be paying 10 for these before more are put in the market. 11. It looks like 11. Oh, 11, yeah. 11.99. Anybody at 12? No, looks like the floor is kind of like 11 so far. People are at 12, but that had to be earlier. So these people at 12, they were the people that were before the daily roar of today, I'm pretty sure. So after we got the daily roar, people got more essence and they started putting them up on sale. And, more supply, same demand, price goes down, I guess. I'm not sure if the demand is higher or lower. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's what you'll pay for the percentage, for the bonus that you get. I like my skin better. Equip. And the skin gives 29.89%. Almost 30. And we get these by having the monks, right? So I hope we get more monks. Speaking of skins, let's check out the inventory. They're gonna have a home sweet hut. Home sweet hut. It's gonna be by unlock requirement. Finish December 2025 daily rewards calendar. So if you guys didn't finish November, you still have, I think, 2 days left to finish the November. I believe the lasso price is like 5 lightning boosters or 3 lightning boosters. Maybe it's 5. What we get for finishing the dailies for today. I mean for November. But make sure you guys do capture the dailies for December so you can get this one skin, right? So now we need 2 more of the sapphire so we can actually get the sapphires ready to either sell, which I probably will do, get some vouchers, why not? While the item is hot. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, so the skin. So let's also go look at the market and the skins in the market. Alright, so let's go to the market. Let's go to skins. And we have the Crypto Diamond Pride Records. Shout out to the Crypto Ocean, I'm sorry. Shout out to Crypto Ocean. Crypto Ocean has the Pride Record. And there was an announcement that, in order to solidify yourself with a skin, there's going to be one for whoever reaches Division 3, the first, probably be meta. There'll be another one, I think it's for the championship. Definitely whoever wins the championship, they'll get a skin for the Season 3, I believe. There was an announcement. I should have probably had it ready, but yeah, you can go to the X page for Load Alliance and check out the requirements that you can meet to have your own skin in the game. Alright, only a few will be able to get that done. Alright, somebody had mentioned that they were buying up all the gold blueprints. So now they're going for 8. They were down to like 5, I think. Yeah. What else can we look for? Let's go to businesses. Let's go for uncommons. You guys know that I'm working on trying to get my uncommons to quality 9, I would say. Well, for my Pride records, that it's quality 8. Look at that. See, 380. How about for quality 2s? There you go. We have some quality 2s for 1. Let's see if we have in the market what we have for uncommons quality 3. There you go. We have 1 at 3. We're gonna pick it up for sure. And then, what do you you guys think? I think we'll come back later to once the prices go down. Same for the auction. I mean, it's one, but it would cost me two. Well, yeah, well, and they're already taken anyway, so I'm not gonna increase it to two. We'll take this one for one. And then we'll take this one for one. Alright, we'll let somebody else have that. Alright, let's see what do we have. If we have any rares, a quality 2, 350, quality 3s. That A50 is gonna pop up. 350. About quality 2s on the epic side. 9, 10 for that bank. Quality 3s. About a quality 3, 200. Oops. Quality 2, 97. Quality 1. 45 for a good old arcade. Nobody's even bidding on it. Oh well, oh well, oh well. That's why sometimes you gotta get things while they're hot. Drop it like it's hot. Alright, so let's go reboost our bank, and we can go ahead and attack as well. Let's go ahead and do that. What do we have here? What do we do with the bank? Was it on Lucent? Maybe. Yeah. Let's do another lightning. Alright. So yes guys, this is Ed. That's how I do my ethical drop downs. Let's do one more because we're back online, and then that's how we'll finish the video. So we saw about the elemental business in action, whether you think it's a good idea or not. I guess that's gonna be personal preferences. Who knows if they're gonna bump up the percentages later on. You know how they like to tweak. They like to tweak everything. Once we get used to it, they just tweak it, and we have to kind of like roll with the punches. But we'll see. For now, this is our Aurora one. So we get the 5%. If we move it to, we can also move it to Crimson and Lucent and be safe with it, just a less bonus. So let's go ahead and remove it. Right now we have the bonus on their elemental cash bonus, 0.5%. We are going to put it here, and here it is. Remember, it'll be that frame around the business that lets us know not only that it has the element, but what type of element it has because of the color, right? And now when we go to our affinity, we get 25% and 0.5% on the booster. Alright, so here when we go to here, then we see that it went from 0.5% to 1/4%. Because we moved it. And then again, we can always go here and refer to the chart. We get a rejection on Nexus. So let's go to Nexus. And here it is. Remember, look at the frame. We look at the frame. And here is the rejection, right? It even has that little red arrow to let us know that there's a rejection right there. Alright, so it's one error. We get super rejection on molten. So that's most likely gonna have 2 arrows down. But let's go to molten and check. We'll go to molten. We go to the business. Place the business. And it has 2 arrows. Yep. So that's how we know it's super rejected. So this business, now we know that it's not gonna be ever be put here, unless for some strange reason, maybe when the monsters come in, for some odd reason. If you see why am I getting less bonuses, and here that's because the cash bonus is on the negative side. All right, but we can always refer to the arrows here. Again, super affinity, it's gonna be in Aurora, so we'll have 2 green arrows in Aurora. Wilds, that's when we get the super affinity, because that's the element, right? That we have the 2 arrows, and then we can get just regular affinity. We did crimsons earlier, so let's go to lucent, which is also compatible, but not the main business that you want to have, right? Not the main land if possible. See, we only get 1 green arrow for only a quarter of a percentage. Alright guys, so that is how we can use the elements, the elemental business. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna be upgrading or not? Well, actually, before I even keep speaking, right? Let's send our last attack so that we can also finish with the ethical drop downs. So guys, if you are, if you think you can afford your diamond production, it's at 38. It's not like I lost a whole lot from what 39 something, almost one. It was almost at 40, but it's not like it dropped so much, And if I land some good hits on the the boost expired on our arcade. If I'm able to land some aerial bombardments, then that kind of makes up, right? So we're gonna go. This guy's taken, target number 1. Then we have target number 2. Then we have immune. This is a new player. New players are immune to attacks. You cannot attack them. Alright. Then we'll go to the next target. Alright, let's get on the 27 so we can finish the video strong, baby. Let's finish strong. 8, wow. Yeah. Anyways, we can't just always be great on the videos, right? Let's see what we got here. But it's always fun to be with you guys. There you go, 232. At least we're on the 200 this time, right? So always fun to discover new things of the game with you guys. Go ahead and like the video, share. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna be 118? Not bad. All right, 132, baby. Are you gonna be using the elements? Especially in competition. 122. Nice hit. All right, we'll finish with that one. 122, 10% away from my max. So yeah, thank you guys. I guess I'm just gonna put everything back, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.